Every year I tell myself I'm going to be better this year about seed ordering. I'm not going to over order seeds. I'm just going to rein it in, use what I have. Then I get watching YouTube or other social media or flip through books. I get so inspired by other people's gardens, other images I see of beautiful flowers. I just gotta have them all. I just want them all. I feel like I can just like jam pack everything. When it's the winter and it's barren and there's not lush greenery or beautiful flowers, it's so easy to over order and get overwhelmed. Or I end up with duplicates because I haven't been paying attention to what I have in stock. Does this ever happen to you? Do you ever get like a seed overwhelm or a seed order in frenzy and you just can't help yourself? Well, today we're going to talk about seed organization and ways I'm trying to improve, and ways to get better and better manage my seeds so that way I don't have seeds that are older, which I've experienced, that aren't as viable, they don't germinate as easily. So let's see if we can get a handle on this. If you're with me, let's go. So here we are. First, I'm going to show you my seeds that I'm excited about how I have them organized, and it's really working well for me. I have two methods. The first method is a binder. I just use a 3-ring binder. It's busting at the seams because I have so many. And I have them organized by flowers and herbs. So the first page is flowers, and they're in alphabetical order. I have a bunch of flowers. Then back here I have my herbs. Right here, they're also in alphabetical order. I love this. She's fun. She's falling apart. We're going to need a new one soon. But this is so handy to have. I can just take it down, flip to the seed I want, grab it, go, put it back. I usually, if it's the seed pack, it's empty and I don't have time to write it down, I'll just put it in the front. So at a later date I can go back through and jot it down that I need to reorder for next year. Then, this one's so fun. It's like an old photo album. These are my vegetables. Whoop. Fell out all over the place. As you can see on the top, I have some vegetables that I never filed back in. But I have this listed alphabetically as well. What makes sense to me? So you need to do what makes sense for you. So here at the end I have tomatoes. I usually put squash. I do edible squash, and then I do ornamental squash, and then I have them so on and so forth down. These work really well because they are enclosed in this, so no seeds can fall out. Sometimes if I tip the binder a little too far forward, some of the seeds will fall out if they're not completely enclosed on the top, if I just kind of cut them open. Now, this is kind of shameful, but these are seeds that I've ordered this year. And this. I have an entire basket here. These are seeds I saved from last year. And these are just random ones that I've ordered throughout the year that I just didn't file. So, full confession, I do have a mess. Let's see if we can get these seeds organized. So I have a way that works, but does it completely work? Because I'm not the best at following through. So maybe I need to be a little more hands-on as I order seeds to get them right in, put them in my spreadsheet, get them tagged where they need to go, and get them in the appropriate spot. That's what I'm going to attempt to work on this year. I'll go through and organize all of those at a later date and get them jotted down in my spreadsheet. So this is kind of how the seed shopping spiral has started for me. First, I go to my local feed store to buy chicken feed. I see these beautiful bright red salvia sitting on the counter. Gotta have it. I'm like, ooh, there's also Sweet William. The reds in this will kind of go with the red in the salvia. Love it. Gotta have it. So then I watch a video about cover cropping and see how great it is for your soil health. So, order cover crops. I already have a cover crop seeds from my previous years. Gotta have this kind specifically. Then, I haven't had delphiniums in a couple years. I want some of them again. But when you go to the seed company on their website, you find that they have beautiful flowers right on the front. You order them. You also saw these in a YouTube video and you're like, oh, that would be so beautiful in a bouquet. I gotta have that. Then you're like, wait a minute, I want to have dried flowers too. So then you order dried flowers. And then before you know it, you have all of these seeds. Do I need them all? No. I have a bunch of greens already from previous years, but we got spinach, bok choy, because I want more bok choy this year. I've ordered cabbage in the past. There's corn, arugula. This was a free seed pack because I ordered so many. This is kind of nuts. So I shouldn't have ordered this many, but that's kind of how it happens. It happens. I'm not going to blame myself. I'm super excited about it, but I get overwhelmed. So there's a lot here, and we're going to rein it in. We're going to organize. We're going to be better. And I most likely have duplicates from the previous years. Let's see. There's kale. I ordered like 5 packets of kale. I'm calling myself out in real time. Let's see. Same exact packet. This was last year. This is this year I ordered. Whoops. The problem is now I have a massive pile of seeds. I'm not going to be able to plant half of these realistically in the garden I have, in the space I have, in the time I have. To start from seed, you have to nurture these babies. You have to be on it every day, which I have been, but this is a lot. And there's other things I want to do this year besides garden. So previously, I've used these organization methods, which I love. I might end up getting 2 of these and forego the binder, but I do like flipping through the binder, so I'm not sure yet. I like this attempt. I'm going to keep it. The other thing that I did that I didn't keep up on very good was I created a spreadsheet in the Numbers app. On my phone and computer, they're kind of linked, so I can type it in on the computer where it's easier to work for me. And then I can just open up my phone if I am out and about or in the garden. Then I can see what I have on hand. So adding that app to my phone recently has really helped. The problem was, when I'm in the midst of planting, I'm not thinking of putting it in a spreadsheet. It was just too much for me. It was just an extra step that didn't feel attainable. So this year, one handy, easy solution I found has worked really well for me. I just got this little pocket calendar, this little planner. It's a weekly planner, so I have space to write. I just got it at the Dollar Tree, to be honest with you. And it's organized, and I just kind of jot down when I planted stuff, what I noticed, what came up, what didn't came up, if I transplanted. So that way, this is easy. I can just jot it down quick. I have a little clip so it keeps the date handy, so I can just flip it right to the date. Keep it right down in my grow room so it's easy. Then, when I have time, I can take this and insert it into my spreadsheet. Now, I've expanded my spreadsheet from previous years. Previous years, I just kept it simply what seeds I had, what company I bought them from, any notes I had, if it was like a cool flower, if it was good dried, things like that. I also kept track of when to plant. So I had it color coded. That worked really well. I like that, so I'm keeping that as well. This year I am trying to learn botanical names, so I'm adding that to the list. I'm also adding to the list approximate date of when to start. So that way I can see at a glance, oh, okay, this needs to be started March 12th. But I also have it color coded so I can see all of the colors quickly. These are the ones I need to start this time, so I can jot those down, get those planted. That has been working really well for me, so I can just easily see what I have and if it needs to be planted right now or wait a little bit. I also have a gradient section because I winter sow, but sometimes I want to start inside too. So I have, if it's winter sowable, and then when I can start it indoors as well. So this year, I am going to be better about when I order seeds, when I get them in, sit down and jot them into my spreadsheet and then file them appropriately where they need to go. That way I can just keep a handle on it so it doesn't get overwhelming like this. So a little bit at a time I can chip away at it. The goal is just to get better at knowing what seeds I have, not ordering duplicates and not ordering an excessive amount. Just kind of staying with what is within your means in your garden, what you can realistically grow and what you have time for. If you also struggle with too many seeds, here's some tips to get a better handle on your life and on your seed overwhelm. 1, write a seed inventory. What works for you? This is what works for me. It might not work for you. Just create a list of seeds that you have on hand so you know when you're ordering again what you have and you won't order extra. 2, organize them the way that works best for you. I have them organized by herbs, vegetables, flowers, alphabetically for each. You could organize them by the bed type you have, like if you have a perennial bed, or annual flowers, or this is my veggie bed, so these are veggies, or um, whichever floats. The greens in one section. Organize alphabetically. You could organize by bed. You could organize by seed type. There's many different ways to organize. Just find what works well for you in your garden. Then if you have extras, swap with friends or fellow gardeners. People would love to have seeds that they didn't even think about or that they wanted but didn't order yet. And then maybe you could get some in return that you've wanted. Then make sure you want to store your seeds properly to keep them viable longer. So you want to keep them away from temperature fluctuations, extremes, and lows. You want to keep them at relatively low humidity because you don't want the seeds to start germinating if the humidity is high. Because when it dries out, it makes the seeds not viable and they won't germinate for you in the future. Okay, so now I actually feel like I can find what I need this year. I am so excited about this organization system. Let's see if I stick to it. I really hope it works. Do you go overboard with your seed ordering? How do you currently organize? Let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.